And yes, it is the butt crack of dawn, because here in Arizona, if you don't get up that early, it's going to be 150 degrees out and you're not going to have a good time at all. So can't say how excited I am. Today we're going to be doing the Baja Designs LP4s. They're going to go on the A-pillar mounts on the Raptor. So we'll get to that in a second, and the unboxing and everything. But first of all, I got to give it a shout out to my man Matt over at Battleborn Off-Road. Awesome guy. Can't rave enough about him. Texas Blood Raptor over on Instagram. Uh, Started talking to him. I didn't really know what I was looking for at first, but he went over all the options with me, what we could do and what would be best, and different options, everything. So from start to finish, he was just awesome every step of the way. Got me what I was looking for, exactly what I needed, and so happy with the experience. Awesome guy. And talk to him. Anything you're looking for, he'll get you a good deal. If you don't have Instagram, go to battlebornoffroad.net and use the code Raptor when you're ordering and get a nice little discount there also. They have a huge selection of everything possibly look for. Even if they don't, just talk to Matt. He'll probably be able to find it for you. That's how good he is. But let's get to the unboxing. So first of all, we got the A-pillar mounts themselves. Then, oh yeah, stickers. Battleborn Off-Road. Those will be going on the truck shortly. We got some fun cables. I got the upfitter harness so I could just wire it directly to the upfitter switches. Make it nice and easy there. Then here's the Ultimate box. More stickers. Instructions, all that fun stuff. Hardware. More cables. So here we have the LP4s themselves. Things of beauty right there. I got the amber driving combo. You can see the heat sinks here on the back for dissipating all that heat. Nice water resistant connection there. And the LP4s themselves, it's a 4 LED setup. Puts out over 8,700 lumens, so you're going to be able to see where you're going with these babies. And of course, the mounts. So I do have to give another shout out at this point for Baja Designs themselves. Amazing company. It's so easy to say, oh, that company's great when you're dealing with anybody and everything's going fine. But to me, the real test of a company is when something doesn't go according to plan, and how they react to it. Do they apologize, or do they blame you? Do they make excuses? Baja Designs, I had a small little issue with them. They apologized right away. They made it right ASAP. Sent me an awesome T-shirt. So, in my mind, that's the way you do customer service. Something's wrong, you make it right. Have a happy customer. Keep them coming back. So, big shout out to Baja Designs. You got me for life now. This is the way you handled our little hiccup there. So, very happy with them. So one thing I always like to do before I get started on any project, I like to lay everything out so I can see what I'm working with, get all my tools laid out, what I'm going to need, so that way I'm not going back and forth to the toolbox 17,000 times. So hopefully it's included in the instructions what you're going to need. Awesomely enough for us, Baja Designs included the tool list, what we're going to need. So we got everything laid out there, nice and neat and pretty, and we're ready to go. So another thing I do before I start any project, make sure you read the directions once, twice, 3 times, whatever it takes you to make sure you're fully, comprehending everything you're going to be doing, you're familiar with it, what the steps are going to be. So let's get started. So first thing we want to do, we want to make the windshield wipers go up like that. And then next, we're going to take this little bitty tab right here and we're going to lift that. But before you do, one thing that's very helpful, because you're going to have to put them back on later and they don't just go in one position. Look at the little dust line you have on your windshield. Hopefully you have one like I do, and otherwise you're going to be out of luck. Make sure you make some kind of mark on the windshield so you can line it up exactly where it goes later. So when you put it on, you want your windshield wiper to be right back on that line. But back to this little clip, you just lift here and the wiper comes straight off like that. Easy peasy. And do the same with the other one. So obviously if you have different years, different models, there's going to be some things they changed, made different. Mine was a little different from the directions, but basically the next step is you're going to want to get your hood open, take some needle nose pliers, and then right under here you're going to need to remove this cowling. So to start off with, there's 3 clips on each side. right over there. Just take a screwdriver, pry those up a little bit, then you'll be able to lift it up. And then underneath, it's not hard to see, but there's one in here, one at the end, in there, and then one over here on this side. You're going to want to get in there with a needle nose pliers, squeeze the top of the head together until it releases the pin there. Notice I got a chamois here, so I don't, mess up the paint on the truck. I'm getting my pliers in here. Always a good idea. Make sure you're protecting your paint. And after that, you just gotta be careful where the windshield wiper was, and then you can remove the cowling and just slide it up and out over. Then over on the passenger side, it's gonna be the exact same thing. You got these 3 clips right here, and then a couple inside clips. You just want to squeeze with pliers without breaking them. Pull those up, and watch the windshield wiper arm there mount, and then just pull straight up and off, and then you'll be clear. So you don't actually have to take the cowlings off all the way. You just need to be able to get at this bolt right here, and then this one back here. That's where the mount's going to go. So you can just leave the cowling there. You don't have to take off the windshield wiper fluid hose there. You can just leave it in place just so you have enough room to get in at that bolt there. And then you're going to need a 10mm socket for this one and a 13mm socket for the lower one. So then once you got your bracket in place there, you just want to reinstall those 2 bolts. You got the 13mm down here and the 10mm right back here. So you just want to reinstall those, torque them down good and tight, then you're good to go to the next step. So once you get everything all put together back up top, you got your lights installed in brackets, then you're going to want to do the tapping into the wiring. So right down here on the left side there, this is the right side of the engine compartment, right by the battery here. So right there, you're going to see those are the wires we're going to want to tap into that go to the upfitter switches. So we're going to get those free, and then we'll look in the manual to make sure we got the right ones going to the right switch. So just a side note, on some of the other install videos I saw the colors didn't even match the wires and stuff, but those were 2017 2018 models. This is the 2019, so I'm hoping they got it right this time, because also on the previous videos they said they were on the opposite side for the wire bundle. So hopefully it's right in the manual now this time. As you can see, the A goes to the upfitter switches, and B is the one, the pass-through, that goes to the inside the cabin. So A should be the ones we're looking for on the left side, and there's the colors. As you can see, I freed all the wires. They're just taped to this harness right here. So I freed them out. They're just with electrical tape on there. So just get rid of the tape, free them. Make sure you don't cut any other wires or damage anything while you're doing that. And then you have them all free, and you can use the chart to hook them up to whichever amp switch you want to use. We're going to be using the 15 amp one. If you're just curious, the other wire bundle is this one right here. So if you're routing something through the cab, you'll use that wire bundle. That's the theory anyways. Hopefully Ford has it all correct now as far as the manual and what's where, but we'll find out. If nothing powers on, we'll know it was the wrong wire bundle. So we're just going to start routing the wiring harness now. As you can see, I'm going to go on the outboard side of the hood latch bracket there. So we're going to go on that side, and then up out through the cowl over here. And you see I have an extra wire here. That's for the amber backlight. Looking at the back there, the amber backlight is going to go in the bottom left there. So as you're looking at it at the switch, like it goes into the housing for the light, that'll be the bottom left one there. As you can see by the pin location here, 3 is the amber backlight for the LP4s, so that's where we're going to be sticking the AL pin. And basically that harness is just a Y cable. One pin goes in each light, and then you have another cable that goes to the upfitter switch, so we can control those also. So as you can see, we got both cables now plugged in, routed under here, coming out through here on the left side of the hood bracket there. That way it won't interfere with any of the movement. Obviously, of course, whenever you're doing any routing of cables, etc., you always want to make sure it's not going to be in the way of anything moving. It's not going to break loose or bind or get in the way of anything. So in order to keep it nice and neat and clean and out of the way, I'm going to pop off the cowl again, just the front part of it. So once again, just these 3 clips on each side, and then I'm just going to route it through this hole right here, and then it'll be nice and neat, and it'll just go through there over to the other side, to the other light there. So not too bad. Nice, easy, out of the way. So thanks, Ford. As I just said, hopefully it's like it is in the manual. It is not. So yes, the ones you want to use to connect to the upfitters are the ones on this wire harness right here on the right side. So use those to connect to the upfitter switches, not the ones on the left, as the manual says. 2019 manual, still wrong. So that sucks. Hopefully Ford will get their stuff together. But yeah, just use the same corresponding wires you were going to on the other one. Use those on this harness right here. It's tucked away in there. Then bundle everything up nice and neat. Then here's the amber backlight wire. This is the power wire for the LP4s themselves. Then it goes straight to the battery, your positive and negative there. Then you got a 40 amp switch, or 40 amp fuse there. That allows you to run both lights at once instead of having to use separate upfitter switches. And then, like I said before, just make sure everything's routed neatly up out of the way, so you're not going to have anything binding or rubbing or, you know, getting torn out. The harness wasn't quite as long as I would have liked, because I wanted to go in here originally, like I said, so it'd be more out of the way, but the harness was not long enough, so I had to just tuck them up under here and then go along to the other side for the other light. Like I said, you got the back there, you got the power, the ground, then the amber backlight on the bottom left. So everything's all hooked up, ready to give her an ops check. One last thing, of course, every time you're working on anything, can't get it out of my system. You know, it's ingrained in me during my time in the Air Force. Always do a tool check one last time. Do a sweep for anything you might have missed, overlooked, anything that could get caught up in anything. Make sure you're not leaving any tools in there. One little side note I will mention, we did have a fun little side adventure that I didn't put on camera because, you know, that didn't need to be there. But earlier when I was wiring this one, you have this giant hole to nowhere, and my flashlight fell in there. So yeah, I had to take the fender apart and get all up under there so I could get my flashlight out. So fun times. If something didn't go wrong, it's not a true project, but that's about all we got. Time for the ops check. So everything's all wired up, ready to go, cleaned up, fingers crossed. Hopefully everything's done right. And here are the amber backlights. Cross your fingers, here we go. Haha! Nice, sweet. Both backlights work. And then here are the mains. Whoa! Holy crap, that's bright. That's so awesome. Love it. And now we can see again. But that wraps it up for this video. The install of the LP4 lights by Baja Designs. Gotta say, I love them. They kick ass. The mounts, however, not the biggest fan of them. They aren't really made for the LP4s to be mounted on. As you can see here, there's only one bolt holding the mount on. So with a light this heavy, we'd like, you know, at least 2 bolts in there, something more heavy duty. And also you can see here it's hitting the antenna here on the side. So I think I might try out the STHQ mounts, see how those work out. Those I know do have 2 holes in the mount for whatever light you're going to mount on there. So hopefully a little more stable and secure, and also hopefully it won't rub on the antenna like that. So everything else shit good, lights are working awesome. These things are crazy. It's like looking at the sun. Totally love them. Everything's cleaned up, good to go. Last thing we need to do is calibrate these babies. So up, down, left, right, you know, wherever you need to do to get them dialed in. These are midfield light, so you want them to be at that range, not 5 miles down the road trying to light up, you know, the solar system. Have them dialed in to the correct distance out. That way you'll get the most benefit out of them, and you'll be good to go. Thanks for tuning in, guys. That's going to wrap it up for this video, and appreciate all your support. Hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you next time.